Quick announcement. I recently came across another creator who makes beautiful 3D printed deck boxes. I am not sponsored, I'm not getting a kickback or anything. I got his permission to post an Etsy link to his store down below. Feel free to go check him out. After the video, of course. Welcome once again to Commander by Dina. Today's video came about because of a few comments I got on a previous video. I was debating what videos I wanted to make before spoilers started for Duskmourn. I know, they've already started. Don't worry, I'm planning on doing enough Duskmourn content to make you sick. And decided to make a budget version of one of my favorite commanders printed in the last few years, Zimone and Dina. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Zimone and Dina are a 3-mana 3/4 legendary human dryad. Whenever we draw our second card each turn, target opponent loses 2 life, and we gain 2 life. Additionally, we may sacrifice another creature. If we do, we draw a card and may put a land card from our hand onto the battlefield. If we control 8 or more lands, we repeat this process once. My second favorite archetype in Commander is Aristocrats. In order to build an Aristocrats deck, you need 3 things: creatures to sacrifice, sacrifice outlets, and payoffs for sacrificing those creatures. Our commander also cares about lands, so this will be a landfall deck as well. But Danon, aren't you always talking about how decks should be focused? Of course, dear viewer, your commander decks should be focused and have a game plan. There are a lot of landfall effects that create creatures. Creatures we can then sacrifice in order to drain our opponents out. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. This video was sponsored by Ultimate Guard. But even long before this channel was sponsored by Ultimate Guard, they were always my #1 choice when it comes to sleeves or deck boxes. Pick up Ultimate Guard products at your local game store or order them on Amazon. Link down below. Our lands consist of Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Opulent Palace, Woodland Cemetery, Hinterland Harbor, Drowned Catacomb, Necroblossom Snarl, Vine Glimmer Snarl, Choked Estuary, Tainted Wood, Flooded Grove, Tainted Isle, Golgari Rot Farm, Simic Growth Chamber, Dimir Aqueduct, Bajuka Bog, 7 Swamps, 8 Forests, and 6 Islands. Not too shabby for a budget list. Our ramp package consists of Tireless Provisioner, Lotus Cobra, Druid Class, Kalani Heart Expedition, Spelunking, Yavimaya Elder, Sakura Tribe Elder, Solemn Simulacrum, Farhaven Elf, Primal Druid, Soul Ring, Cultivate, and Kodama's Reach all help us to ramp out and stay ahead of the curve. Our card advantage package consists of Tachiova Benthic Druid, Courser of Krufix, Eternal Witness, Morbid Opportunist, Moldervine Reclamation, Baleful Strix, Fell Stinger, Midnight Reaper, Smothering Abomination, Growth Spiral, Eureka Moment, and Urban Evolution. Yes, I've tied a lot of our card advantage to landfall. Gotta stay on theme after all. For interaction and spot removal, we've got Assassin's Trophy, Beast Within, Return to Nature, Negate, Counterspell, Priest of Forgotten Gods, Reclamation Sage, Plague Crafter, Ravenous Chupacabra, Mortality Spear, and Commit Memory. A good mix of spot removal and counter magic. Our board wipes consist of Toxic Deluge, Washout, and Consuming Tide. Simple and powerful. Our sacrifice outlets consist of Viscera Seer, Woe Strider, and Carrion Feeder. To drain our opponents out, we've got Retreat to Hagra, Obnixilis the Fallen, Zulaport Cutthroat, Gixian Puppeteer, Mirkwood Bats, Poison Tip Archer, Blood Artist, Dina Soul Steeper, Sir Conrad the Grim, Sanguine Bond, Vito Thorn of the Duskrose, and Vran Executioner Thane. Finally, the core of our deck consists of Scute Swarm, Rampaging Baloths, Zendikar's Royal, Spore Mound, Springheart Nantuko, Chasm Skulker, Ethereal Investigator, and Alondra Skydreamer. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 50 mana sources split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp. Right on target. 13 pieces of card advantage counting our commander. 11 pieces of card advantage. 3 pieces of graveyard hate in Commit Memory, Return to Nature, and Bojuka Bog. 1 sudden I win card in Scute Swarm. Scute Swarm can go out of control even without token doublers, especially if we can put 2 to 3 lands on the battlefield in a single turn, which our commander can theoretically do. But a deck like this isn't designed to win out of nowhere. This deck is built around the idea of ever-increasing and synergistic value. The more Drain effects or Aristocrats effects we have on board, the more damage each creature we sacrifice deals to our opponents. And the more lands we have, the more cards our commander will draw and the more lands we'll be able to play. The biggest difference between this version and the more expensive version are lands and ramp. Shocks and fetches are usually $20 each or more, and those add up quick, especially in a 3-color deck. Add to that cards like Burgeoning, and your deck's budget can easily crest $500. But this version is much more friendly on the wallet. Do you have an Aristocrats deck? What about a Zimone and Dina deck? Also, which cards from Duskmourn have caught your eye? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Dina. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Borgie, Nazwin, Midge, Alex, Conga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, Austin, William Pye, Turner, Triz, Kazaris, Slack, Booksu, Patrick, Fox, and Liam. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Dina.